So if you look for indium, what it does is indium is a chaperone mineral that brings all the other minerals into your pituitary, your hypothalamus, and all the enzymes in your body, because the active site of every enzyme requires minerals. And then my favorite minerals, if you're going to get an ionic mineral, is Mineral Pure from Uri, which is the best Whole Foods company in the world. It's out of Utah. And Global Light Network's Ocean Minerals, and they have some herbals that are good for different conditions. Plus, you can use what they call their wand technology, which actually does scalar hyperdimensional effects on the water. So if you have anxiety, if you have immune, you have other things, you can use their wands from Global Light, and it'll actually restructure the water. So it puts scalar signals into your body. Now, you can't just use signals alone. You can't just use Rife machines alone. You need a detox with real things. You need to put real nutrients, like phytonutrients, in your body. So anybody says one thing alone cures everything, they're crazy. It just isn't the nature of reality. In other words, prayer works, but you better do other things too. Scalar patches, like the LifeWave patch you hear about, electroacupuncture, and light diode therapy. In Accutron, Darren Starwood's just developed this new system that will make millions of different colors of light. And the Accutron system will be available on our website, these light diodes and electroacupuncture. And they're new technologies that I'll be developing with them that's the next generation of the Rife. And it'll actually be able to give a spectral signal. And my theory predicts that every disease would actually have a spectral signal, and the solution for it would actually have a spectral signature that will neutralize all known diseases and kill all known pathogens. And it will be the next step beyond the Rife, and I know how to do it. That's why I'm going down tomorrow to talk to Dr. Steenblock about this. Magnesium oil, topical bath salts, very, very important. If you want to get your body better, you need magnesium. It's one of the big five. Hormonal support. Most people make plenty of growth hormone. They just don't release it. Good idea to get amino acids to help you. If your first morning growth hormone is low, if you're in your mid-40s and you're tired or older, you have to assume you may not be releasing growth hormone, and you need moderate exercise of your large muscle groups. So exercise is a vitamin. Vitamin E, exercise. Step 4, DHEA and pregnenolone. Every male should be on DHEA if he has a test done in the morning and it's low. Iota caps, women that develop polycystic ovaries and polycystic organs and breasts, they're all having a deficiency of a ratio of iodide and iodine. And type 2 hypothyroidism is a worldwide epidemic, and it's getting more because of depleted uranium. So I recommend people get things like kelp, and biothyro is one of my best formulas that I recommend. You can do a Broda-Barnes test, which is an underarm temperature, or you can do a body calorimetry, and they have actually machines that will measure your levels of metabolism, and the calorimeter can actually measure how much heat and metabolism you're generating. High ORAC juices, very important. If you don't take good, raw, organic food, you're dying. If you're not putting anything living in your body, you're dying, which is why if you don't have enzymes, they dry these juices at Uri at 68 degrees Fahrenheit, so the enzymes are alive even 2 and 3 years later. The antioxidants and the minerals, there's living biophotonic energy. So if you do a Kirlian photograph of it, you'll see that it's living. As soon as you add healthy, clean water to it, you have a living thing. So I tell people as part of their food supplies, don't just get all dried food and pasta and stuff. You better have some Uri stuff around, because when disaster strikes, just like the ancient Israelites, the very first thing they had when they had their early ceremonies, they call it they'd have a special ceremony when they had the barley life, or the barley green juice that they would make from the rising first shoots of the barley. And that would sustain the people planting the crops in the first part of the ancient Israel and the Middle East. You need a complete chain of antioxidants: alpha-R-lipoic acid, organic germanium, tocotrienols. There's a whole range of them, and I can help you with decisions on that too, because you can either call or drop an email, and I do consult. Immune modulation, the most powerful immune stimulator that I know right now, at the least cost, is Tiaga, and you can spell it 2 ways. The Tiaga tea that Waywild makes in Utah, Cliff Whitmire, is only $35 for 6 weeks. It is 50 to 100 times stronger than any of the other immune stimulants that I know about including shiitake mushrooms and other natural killer cell stimulation and the CD4 cell stimulation. And cordyceps sinensis that's already been genetically improved by breeding for Candida RNA. And another very good product for immune modulation is Torox, which is a biophotonic new energy diamino acid called benzoxy-beta-alanine-taurine. And you can get it in liquid or pellets. And what it does, it actually turns off the cytokines that cause cancer, autoimmune diseases, and other conditions by actually switching off the overactive parts of your immune system and turning on the underactive parts. And it's a pretty amazing molecule. So it actually is a scalar signaling, specially designed homeopathic that's actually designed to send a specific signal to your cells. Scalar physical and spiritual cleansing. Sound health. And we've had Sherry Edwards on the program. And Sherry is an interesting lady. She is like, I try to tease her, I say she's a part dolphin. Because she actually can hear frequencies that the dolphins can hear. And a number of us are gifted with all kinds of interesting gifts. When I was younger, I could hear super high frequencies as well, in the 50,000 plus range, which is not normal. I think Sherry goes well beyond that. And what she was able to do is actually hear also low frequencies, so she could actually hear the sounds of people's illness and their problems. And they started looking and realizing when they started doing studies of her, they realized that she actually could, if you want to call it like an intuitive, she could actually tell that all the illnesses were like a sound scale and light scale. And out of that research, they developed sound boxes that can generate frequencies to stop back pain, heal different conditions, and their fractal analysis of your voice print, fast Fourier, can actually tell you which biomolecules and toxins you have, what personality defects and disorders, that's why certain people may be codependent, and also your spiritual archetypes, and they can even pick up archetypes of let's say a near fracture of a specific limb that'll even show up on the fractal analysis. It might be 30 days hence, which is why I try to tell people that you're a non-local spiritual being, and even in the frequencies of your body is a reality that's before you and behind you. So our perception of present is just part of the illusion that we live in. And the Accutron light emitted diode color light acupuncture is pretty amazing. It's a new technology that Darren Starwood has developed. He's just been traveling around the world. A new microcurrent scalar therapy. So we'll be developing some new technologies that will be the next generation from the Rife. But of course, the government doesn't want you to know these things because they'll say you're treating a medical disease. And it always has this little disclaimer in all the vitamins. This is not designed to prevent or stop any illness. So we were not going to stop any profit flow into the medical system. Do not take this because it's just wasting your money. Of course. We know who controls the medical schools. Whole brain biofeedback. Earth Pulse Press and Lexicor out of Boulder has the best whole brain biofeedback if you want to get both sides of the cortex going. Dynatans, I developed this machine some years ago. We'll be developing a new version based on this. And the BioPro is an interesting thing. You can get pendants that will stop scalar signals from hitting your body, whether it's from microwaves or other things. You can get chips to go on your cell phone, or you'll see on my laptop here I have a chip, a BioPro chip. It doesn't stop the energy. It takes out the sideband scalar frequencies that literally cause crosstalk between your cells. If you don't have these and you're within close proximity to computers or cell phones, you're literally cooking your cells. And a cell phone is actually inducing an enzyme in your brain called ornithine transcarbamylase that generates inducible nitric oxide synthase and actually creates peroxynitrate that cooks your glial cells and makes your brain cells die.